What's going on, everybody? Good morning. So I'm just here and chatting with you guys for a few before I start getting into my audits for the day. So I'm just gonna give a brief follow up on what's happened over the course of the last week. I'll wait for anybody to join in. I'll wait about 5 or so minutes. But I've had a pretty eventful week from the last. Well, I should say the last 2 weeks have been pretty eventful. So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? What's going on, Oklahoma Community Watch? Nice to see you. So basically, as you guys have been seeing with the videos, so last week I was over in one of the neighboring counties where I reside at, where I had a officer perform a search on my person that he wasn't supposed to, against my consent, without having reasonable suspicion that I have a weapon or either committed a crime. So I've spoken with Internal Affairs. They're actively doing an investigation. I've spoken with the State Law Enforcement Division for South Carolina. They're doing an independent investigation. Um, I've spoken with the ACLU, so they're involved now. Apparently, that officer used to work for the agency in the county that I actually live in, and supposedly he resigned from his position for failing a drug test for using steroids. Supposedly, that's what was heard. I have not been able to confirm it yet. I'm waiting on a FOIA request to be fulfilled, and then I'll know for sure. But that's what was told to us so far, which could explain the reason why he was so angry for no reason. I filed a complaint against the lady behind the desk because I wasn't breaking any laws. She had no reason to go and get an officer, and then she later says, "Hey, you didn't break any laws." So that's where I stand at with that. um, then, as yesterday, I was in Anderson County, South Carolina, at the probation and parole office, which I actually went to that department to speak with the supervisor in reference to an agent who was driving recklessly, like literally 70, maybe 80 miles per hour in a 35, 45, 55 mile per hour zone, um, weaving in and out of traffic to get to his supposed fiance who had a flat tire. But you were in the department vehicle. I'm not sure if he was actually supposed to be working at the time, but he was in the department vehicle, and he was driving recklessly. So I filed a complaint on that with the Office of Professional Responsibility for the Probation Parole Office from South Carolina. Morning, Carolina Kalen. Morning, Chuck. Um, so as far as that, that's the way I'm gonna handle it. Since the supervisor for the office clearly didn't like that I was there yesterday, I had literally 6 or 7 officers, probation officers, that came out and tried to tell me that they could place me on trespass for a public space. So basically, I just stood my ground. I waited for the police to come. Apparently, the police officer already knew who I was, but he didn't necessarily agree with what I was doing, and he's entitled to that opinion. So I really don't care. But I do respect the fact that he did not place me on trespass. He understood the law, and he allowed me to go back to it. Exactly, nothing but intimidation, Carolina. Yes, putting in a lot of work, a lot of work. King Zombie, what's going on? Well, I feel like I have to go through the proper steps. That way they can't say that I didn't do something that I was supposed to. I know Internal Affairs isn't going to do anything. I know the sheriff himself is not going to do anything. But I just wanted to make sure that I go through the steps like I need to. News Now, South Carolina, what's going on, man? No, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you. Appreciate it, Carolina. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm always soft spoken and I'm not gonna raise my voice unless I have to. But I assure you, if I tell you something, I already know what I'm talking about. And the fact that they feel like they can just violate people's rights, and it's okay. That's not cool with me. Um, and I wish I had stayed a couple seconds longer yesterday when he told me I was free to go, so I could get their faces because it was epic. Everybody from the point after that was just dumbfounded and they had this look of death on their face. Like this man literally told us he wasn't gonna ID. He told us he wasn't gonna be placed on trespass. It didn't happen, and then I went back into the building and continued to film. So it is what it is. But I assure you guys, today I've got more content coming for you. So everybody, stay tuned. Um, I'm probably just gonna record and then edit and post. But if anything gets crazy or something very, 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 very interesting, which I'm pretty sure it will, I'm gonna go live later on. But everybody, stay tuned. TG out. South Carolina Accountability